If a ballot comes in, even after Election Day is over, for 3 days, those ballots will count. The ballot doesn't have to have a postal mark, and the ballot doesn't have to have a signature. Gee, there's no opportunity for fraud there. So when Chris Christie or Marco Rubio or Adam Kinzinger says, where's the evidence of fraud? What's been done is they have institutionalized the possibility of significant fraud. And then they legalized it. So they're missing the entire point. It's not that, look, we caught that guy stuffing the ballot. It's that we can't catch that guy stuffing the ballot because they've taken the guardrails off the process. That's the point. Or when a court steps in and overrules or finds certain aspects of election laws having nothing to do with civil rights or anything like that unconstitutional because they don't extend the vote 3 days because of the coronavirus, which has also been done, it's just outrageous. So that's what the president's facing. Now, in terms of calling elections or declaring a victor, that's not left to media organizations and media corporations. They can give their opinion on who they think won. But there's a formal constitutional and statutory process for that, as I was saying. So we don't have a president-elect yet. The President Trump has an uphill battle. There's no question about that. But he still has a battle that he's waging. So these networks can call whatever they want. They have no actual significant constitutional or legal effect. Now, what are they intended to do? Joe Biden is going to use it to announce that he's president of the United States. They're going to put pressure on the Trump campaign to drop their lawsuits. They're going to have this massive PR effort. This is why Biden keeps popping up every day to say, well, you know, I'm not saying we won, but I'm selecting my cabinet, you know, that sort of thing, to create an entire psyche in the minds of the American people that he's the president-elect. Trump is a poor loser. Trump needs to stop. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, what the Democrats did here will go on the next election cycle and the election cycle after that. It'll be disastrous. We need to reconstitutionalize. May I use that phrase? Yes, I will. Reconstitutionalize this process where state legislatures make the decision. Where you can't create situations where the safeguards are eliminated and then people say, where's the evidence of fraud? And it's up to the Supreme Court ultimately to fix this. And they have a case right in front of it involving the state of Pennsylvania. Justice Alito the other day, as you know, he said segregate those ballots, the ones that came in after 8 p.m. Eastern Time when the polls closed in Pennsylvania, and the ones that came in after as a result of a decision by the Supreme Court at the behest of the governor, all Democrats, all liberals, all in violation of the Constitution. If the Supreme Court doesn't do its job, and Chief Justice Roberts has, as best as I can discern, has no intention of doing his job. So we need Kavanaugh to stay with the 3 constitutionalists and Barrett to join them. If those 5 justices do the job that the 9 justices can do, we can fix this going into the future. But the president's litigation is not only intended to fix what took place already, but it's intended to make sure that going forward, that we reconstitutionalize, again, I'll coin the phrase, that we reconstitutionalize the process. Or we're never going to have, quote-unquote, fair elections, or we're never going to be able to find, quote-unquote, fraud. Again, when you institutionalize and enshrine fraud into the system so that you don't need signatures, you don't need matching signatures, and people actually can vote after Election Day and you won't know if they did vote after Election Day, and still their ballot will count, then tell me, is that a lawful vote? In Pennsylvania, it is. So I asked Chris Christie, who's been critical, is that a lawful vote, Chris? Or Marco Rubio, is that a lawful vote? Or America, is that a lawful vote? Really, it's not a lawful vote.